managed on by the Grand Wizard, Albano, and then Mr. Fuji, right? Those were your main guys who you were with during your
And then
career.
superstar at the end, yeah.
Okay.
But those three, yeah.
Who would you say? Of course, Mr. Fuji had a lot of fun with, right? With the different vignettes that you guys would do, and so who would you say though furthered your career the most, and that you had the best time with?
About Fuji, you know. I knew
Probably
Fuji.
Fuji, yeah.
He was one of those guys. He was a local wrestler from Hawaii, Harry Fujiwara, and he was from Dean's Gym. Dean Good. In fact, he used to take the guys, the wrestlers that came in town, and he'd take them out to his local bars and stuff. He was a local businessman, local salesman. He used to do something to the guys on Sunday night that have Block Arena or Schofield, which is a 30, 40-minute trip. He said, "Oh, load up tomorrow. We got a long trip. We're going to Schofield. We have to go." And he'd drive them all around the island 3-4 times. 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, he'd drive and lunch and this and have them buy a couple cases of beer for the trip home. And everybody get in the car. 25 minutes later, okay, get out. You're at the hotel. What the hell? That was,
That's great.
That's
the type of guy he was. Yeah.
Yeah, always having fun with him. And then he could fire back on it too.
Yeah. How about Albano and the Grand Wizard? They were both great to you too.
The Wizard was a good, hell of a guy, and Lou too. They're different characters, different personalities, of course. But the Ernie was he was Vince Senior's secretary more or less. He did a lot of the work, a lot of office work and stuff for Vince down in Florida when Senior lived in Florida and stuff. And he was a tremendous manager that would work for his work for the guy. He was in charge. He was a mouthpiece for them. And Lou was just a wild and crazy guy. There was always you never know what's coming out with Lou. Those two guys never traveled on the road. They didn't travel on the road with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were just the managers. Pretty much did Madison Square Garden. And interviews were pretty much the scope of it. And then even Lou was on the road after a while when he went to manage Bulldogs and guys like that. But I moved on from Lou by then. But Lou's, as over as Lou was, who didn't know Lou from around New York and the East Coast? You can't go wrong with him as a manager, especially getting heat. Everybody hated. Or love to hate him.
Yeah, exactly. And so what about with Fuji, all those, you did a lot of spoofs of the Hawaii Five-0 spoofs that you guys did with those.
Yeah.
So how was all that? Who pitched those ideas to you, and how was that for you trying to kind of craft your character?
Those were a product of, what was it? Search for Tomorrow. I don't know if you guys remember, you guys are pretty young, but there was a soap opera that was, As the World Turns, Guiding Light, Search for Tomorrow was evidently a popular soap at the time. So they had Hulk Hogan coming to that town to wrestle myself, and it was took like a couple of hours to do. It was fast, went in, and it ended up to being about 2 weeks of shows. Then I broke up the TV station. Did a few things, and that's and that's how that. So Vince got in his mind somehow that he was going to, start doing his own shows. Yeah. So what Vince saw and what Vince said in his, what Vince wanted, Vince got.
Yeah. And you like doing those? You enjoyed that, having fun with Fuji?
Yeah, they're fun. They're okay. They're extra work, They didn't carve out any time so we could do that. That was aside from making our regular appearances. Wherever we were booked on a daily schedule, doing those, and then squeezing those. Most of them were done in Baltimore on that Tuesday night Titan, but a lot of them were done, on the move, on location.
Woo, Messy Daddy, Boogie Woogie Man feel good. I tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss online, rewind, recap, relive. Oh yeah.